Neurofeedback Q&A with Dr. Trish Lee. Today's question surrounds the idea of what do I tell my child's school about neurofeedback or about what's happening with his or her brain. Okay, so that question is multifaceted. If your child's school teacher, school counselor, administrator, anybody like that wants more information on neurofeedback and how neurofeedback works, then he or she can find lots more information at my personal website, drtrishlee.com, or at my office's website, which has a lot of technical information at leebrainandspine.com. But if you'd like to provide school with information about your child specifically, then here's what you need to know. From the brain map that you had acquired before you started your neurofeedback program, there's lots of information about what your child's brain is doing, how it is performing in that brain map. That is what you need to remember when you're thinking about informing the school on how they can help your child succeed. That is what the conversation should be surrounding. So the idea is, if your child's brain map shows that he or she has the pattern that is associated with ADHD, essentially is causing ADHD symptoms, then your child's brain is using too much of a slow brain activity, which is why your child seeks sensory stimulation elsewhere, or why your child has a very active mind or body. So in that case, then you have to remember, what does your child need to succeed in the academic environment? And that's different for all kids, but if you remember specifically what the brain map says and how your child's brain is responding to the therapy, then you can think for yourself in terms of what those supports might look like. So for example, if it's difficult for your child to sit in math for 45 minutes, then perhaps an accommodation might be more frequent breaks where your child is allowed to either stand in the back of the classroom. Yes, I know teachers may not like this because it can become disruptive, or at logical times your child is able to leave the classroom to go get a drink. More frequent breaks can help your child then return and be able to attend for another 15-minute time frame opposed to a long 45-minute duration. So things like that, transition times might need to be considered. Many times accommodations really are focused on giving a child extra time or a separate testing space. And you have to think, do those accommodations make sense for my child, or do they need something else? Now, if your child's brain map shows a brain pattern of too much fast activity that results in anxiety or anxious types of behaviors, that is a brain that's using too much fast activity. So that child may need an opportunity to let that energy come down. And depending upon what triggers or stressors are involved, your child again may need to leave the classroom or take a break from academic instruction because it's creating too much fast brain activity. Many times too much slow brain activity and too much fast brain activity can create very similar symptoms or similar needs, meaning that to process information perfectly, the brain has to reside here in the middle in medium to fast speed. If you're using too much slow or extra fast, it creates those challenges. So go back to your brain map and look at it and remember, ADHD types of symptoms or anything where the brain is processing too slowly may make it difficult for that child to be able to hang on academically. And if a child's brain is running too fast, it may create too much fast brain activity where that brain needs to purge some of the heat before it can continue on. If you have any questions, email me at drtrishlee@gmail.com, and don't forget to like or subscribe to our channel below for more information on how to control your brain before it controls you. Thanks.